Hello there, Rakshit. Okay, so normally it's a bit faster, the essay correction, just a bit delayed for technical problems. Okay, let's have a look. Schools are the learning hubs, and it is heavily debated upon the teaching methodology. Okay, that phrase needs to be reorganized. Schools are the learning hubs, and their teaching methodology is heavily debated upon. Okay, because I don't know what it is in this sentence. Okay, and it is heavily debated. What is the it? We've got no subject there. Okay, so and their teaching methodology is heavily debated upon. I personally believe that they should be enjoyable because they are responsible for the overall growth of students. Good. In this essay, I'll discuss my view, citing examples such as its benefits and demerits of its counterpart to prove my argument. Right, be careful. This is what I call an empty sentence. All right? We could put this into an essay about nuclear war. Okay, we could put it into an essay about solar panels. What I'm saying is that it's not unique, it's not specific to this topic. So we should say something like, in this essay I will discuss both views, or I will discuss my view, citing examples such as citing examples from Cambridge University and the Indian Education Ministry to prove my arguments. Okay, or to prove my arguments. Just something like that would have been fine. And then we know it's relevant. Then we know it's unique to this essay. Firstly, most of the time spent by kids is informal. So we could say pupils, youngsters, children, young adults, whichever. Okay, but not kids. Most of the time spent by pupils is in school, and it should be children then. Most of the time spent by children is in school, and it should be utilized in a more meaningful and enjoyable manner. This is because it makes learning fun. And what is it? It's the same issue as before. In your mind, it's probably crystal clear what it refers to. So this is because school can make learning fun, technology can make learning fun, and children show enthusiasm towards learning. Yeah, I still don't know what it means, so be careful there. For example, a recent study by Cambridge University has shown students who learn through games and quizzes were able to retain the information longer and were able to show its practical use. Genius. As a result, school should be more entertaining as it quickens and strengthens learning among pupils. Okay? So let's see. This is because games and enjoyment make learning fun. Okay, just one small modification like that and it becomes clear what the subject is. Secondly, the overall abilities of students in the modern world has reduced significantly. Okay, so this needs to be hedged. Look at the chapter about hedging. Has often said to be reduced, or is widely regarded as having been reduced, as having reduced significantly, but it needs to be hedged. Okay. Also singular plural. Okay, of students in the modern world has been said to have fallen significantly. This is due to the fact that children find it boring, and this is often due to the fact that children find it boring and soon lose their interest and build up stress due to the high workload. Okay, let's just put one argument here. Okay, right. Let me just pause this and reorganize it. Yeah. Yes, I would separate this, maybe put a comma in there. This is due to the fact that children find it boring and soon lose their interest, comma. Also, the build-up Also, due to the high workload, students often suffer from a buildup of stress. Okay, or comma. Also, comma. Furthermore, they usually build up stress due to a high workload. Okay, so it's like an additional argument there. And also we need to use these connectors like furthermore, nevertheless, words like these that help you. It's actually in the band descriptors, the use of connecting devices. For instance, recent studies by the Indian Education Ministry reveal that many students do not find school to be meaningful and only attend for a diploma or due to parental pressure. Excellent, comma. For example, 80% of Indian students are stressed due to their schoolwork. Okay, but we can just delete that, or maybe even just put it, it's just an afterthought and it's not absolutely crucial to your argument, okay? And it's not absolutely crucial to this sentence either. So just delete that final bit. Consequently, many kids, many pupils, many children, many students would be depressed at a young age, developing into psychological. Okay, would be is the wrong tense here. Okay, so we should say something like, consequently, many students end up depressed at a young age and often develop psychological barriers in the coming years. Okay, or even better to make it clearer, okay, so here your argument is that there is a lack of interest in the school system and the education system. So let's just add this to the end just to make it clear that schools have to educate, okay? That schools have to entertain. So you should say, consequently, as a result of a boring or non-entertaining school system, many students are depressed at a young age, and this often develops into psychological barriers later in life or in the coming years. Okay? Good argument, but go for shorter sentences, slightly shorter sentences. Yeah? And you might also want to have a look at the sentence guide structure a little bit closer. Okay? To conclude, if education was entertaining, the process of learning would quicken and be more enjoyable, reducing the number of students experiencing stress. Good. In future, the education will become entertaining in future, the education will most likely become entertaining and work towards the overall development of the students. Okay, good work there. We do need to pay attention to the sentence structures, okay? And as I said, go for clarity first and also try and follow the structure laid down a little bit closer in the course. Let's have a look. Doing an enjoyable, okay. So as I said before, kids is informal. So development of children, okay, the development of children is usually the parent's utmost desire. Okay, hedging. And few recommend reading. Few recommend reading means that not many people recommend reading. Okay, so we could say, and many recommend reading. But I personally believe that there are other numerous activities. We don't have to say other and numerous. We just choose one. And some believe that there are numerous activities, or numerous other activities is probably the way you want to do it if you want to use both of them, such as playing sports and video games. In this essay, I will discuss my view, citing examples such as the benefits of playing sports and video games to prove my argument. Okay. Firstly, reading has tremendous benefits, but playing on games, however, Okay, let's make it formal academic English. However, playing on games consoles has even more advantages. This is due to the fact that games develop reflexes and cognitive abilities. Excellent. Also, unlike reading, playing on consoles will introduce to the real world individuals improving their social skills. Okay, we'll introduce individuals to the real world by improving their social skills. Okay, so introduce, the verb here is talking about the individuals, so we need to put them together just to make it easier to read. For instance, recent research by Harvard University shows that children playing on games consoles daily for 1 hour showed better results in psychometric tests than their peers. Excellent. As a result, games consoles should be encouraged, or e-gaming maybe, should be encouraged among children, for it improves their neural connectivity as well as introduces them to online communities. Okay, that kind of contradicts about real world skills. Okay, so be careful there. Secondly, sports are also a better alternative to reading. Now, just one small tip. Here you've said playing sports and video games, so naturally I'm going to expect sports here and video games here. Okay, so be careful there. It's just small things like this that you need to be aware of. So let's see, secondary sports are also a better alternative to reading. This is because it develops those physical abilities and develop qualities such as teamwork and leadership. In my personal opinion, such as sounds more academic than like, and also you're going to get points if you use more structures, a variety of structures. Furthermore, let's make it academic. Furthermore, they do better academically as sports require memorization and repetition, which are important skill sets for classwork. Okay, for example, recent studies by MIT show that many students with a background in sports outperform their peers in academics. Okay, in academic subjects is better. Academic subjects. Consequently, sports is essential for physical growth as well as soft skills among children. Okay, good. To conclude, sports and video games develop social skills, physical abilities, and also help them to do better academically. To do better, there's a much more sophisticated way to say that. Okay, to perform higher, to perform stronger. Yeah, to reach higher grades. There's lots of different ways we could have said that phrase. So just be aware, when you have finished writing, review your work and look for opportunities, and the opportunities are usually in verbs such as do, be, or adjectives such as good or bad. These words can always be upgraded to something more specific. Look at that as well. We've got it here. I missed it this time. But I was focusing on also. This is another word to look out for, as is but. So however there, furthermore here. Okay? So these are just small things you can do to push your level higher. In future, reading will not be used to develop better skills, as it will be replaced by other methods such as sports and video games. Okay, good. Also, one final tip, negative constructions. Usually we can use negative verbs, and that's in the next chapter. So what I want you to do now is implement all the corrections you've heard. Send me back the corrected essays. Make a list of the mistakes made. Then I want you to write 2 new essays. Okay, answer the questions that I send you. Write 2 new essays. Check them for mistakes. Review them and see if you can improve the vocabulary. And then send it all back to me in one email. Your corrected essays, your error list, and your new essays. Okay? Okay, have a great day and all the best.